Hey, Dexter?
Dad's taking care of dead bodies, and you're taking care of Dad.
That is every dynamic in this game in a nutshell, isn't it? Hello, everyone, and welcome back once again to Crime Scene Cleaner. And in this free DLC, we've still got one more job to do on behalf of this mysterious community. And I think it's a little bit of a bigger one than last time. Now, some of you clarified that while this isn't technically a story DLC, I mean, it's canon, I guess, unlike the dreams, but there will be further continuations to Kowalski's story. I'm not sure if that's confirmed at this point, but that does seem to be the plan. So, we have one left, Secret Lab. A $10,000 payout for 13 bodies. You know what I call that? I call it a discount. We are the community. We transform the world from behind the scenes. We've had our eyes on you for a while, Mr. Kowalski. Your work was impeccable. So we're giving you a task of cleaning up one of our facilities. We had a serious breach of protocol, which resulted in death and chaos. Do your best. Be diligent and discreet. Everything you witness can be used against you. We are the community. If you are not with us, your days are numbered. Your facility? You almost make yourself sound like the SCP Foundation. I can't wait to see what this facility is like. Alter ego. Well, we're gonna have to have a look and see what tools are the best for the job. This is nice and all, but I think I like the default one a little bit better. What else? All this stuff is all well and good. We may as well keep the paper shredder, right? That was a nice change from last time, and it's a cool souvenir. What else? We're totally keeping the demonic lamp set. Come on, we can't not. Now look, it's kind of nice that we have this space, and it's cool to have a physical way to sort of play with our tools, even if it is just changing skins. But what I like the most about it, and what's most interesting to me, is that it does suggest that Kowalski has no plans on stopping. I mean, sure, presumably this will be added here at some point in the main story if you start fresh, and I do wonder how that implementation works. But at the same time, this could very easily tie into our characterization going into any future DLCs. I just hope they charge for it at this point, because, come on, everything we've done has been off of, like, the first, what, $20 payment that I made? I feel so bad. Charge me. Take my money. Alter ego, look at this. Their facility is on a little island off the coast of the city. The community wants one of their facilities cleaned up, and I'm supposedly the best in the area. I should expect the unexpected. It'll be a long night.
When Community wants something, it can be as ruthless as Big Jim. Cleaning their facilities sounded like a simple task, but I had no idea what kind of madness was waiting for me there.
Cave. We're starting in a cave. How did we even get here? Oh.
Some say it's sink or swim, so I brought a boat.
In several trips, apparently. And I guess they ran off. You probably also had a heck of a time bringing the fox, the chicken, and the feed. Locked, of course, but it seems like we're gonna get a shortcut once we move some of these things around. I'm in suspense here, really. Old office.
This whole place is giving me creepy vibes.
And you're someone to trust your instincts. You're also somebody with a high bar for creepy.
Another me? Helping me clean? Yes, please.
Did you ever need an extra pair of hands? Or eyes? Or brains? With Infinite You, we have found the solution that will change the future of humanity. You no longer have to count only on yourself. You can have another you to do things with you or for you. You can have infinite you. Infinite possibilities to do everything, everywhere, all at once. Nice reference. Imagine this being how they announce co-op. Looks like there's some lights already set up here. What does that say? I can't read the actual warning, only the fact that there is a warning. You were maybe bludgeoned to death, tackled over the desk, and stopped from pushing the button, or maybe not stopped in time. The question is, what did it do?
Intend to rush you, Doctor, but we can't afford another delay.
Can't afford? I was told you had unlimited resources.
We do. That was figurative speech. You'll have 9 weeks to complete the project, or we'll consider other options. No one is irreplaceable.
Come on. How could I possibly do that in 9 weeks? Cut myself in two?
Whatever it takes, Doctor. That's our motto.
That's how you make someone want to clone himself.
I see. Also, don't think I didn't catch that name, West. Was this guy maybe something of a reanimator in addition to a
Fell to
cloner?
his death. A gruesome end for a man of science.
Oh. Hadn't even noticed that part. Well, whatever you did, you managed it. Now we just gotta find out what the consequences were. I mean, clearly you missed the deadline. Well, either you missed the deadline or the deadline missed you. And something you did caused your own downfall. If we start finding other bodies and they're also you, well, is that something we should report to our employers, or is that something we should absolutely keep to ourselves? Hang on, I have to do some investigating first. There's definitely quite a struggle, that's for sure. Isopod? I don't care what anybody says, they're cute. They're terrifying, but they're cute.
Knowledge can open up many doors. So maybe this book is all I need right now.
Darwin always was a brilliant scientist. But he hangs out with me now, so that probably knocks his IQ points down a few. I would bet that Mr. Isopod belongs over here, right? No. Maybe it's the pieces of the vase that we see smeared across the landscape here, alongside Dr. West. It said it counts as a key. Makes it pretty easy to find. Personally, I wouldn't make that choice, but we can start by placing a bucket in here. We also apparently can't use a regular bucket. It would be nice if we could use things found at the scene. But when you're trying to be discreet, probably not the best idea. Which detergent should we use? I'm not just going to use the same ones all the time. How about surface area? And decreasing the stain rate. And what else? We can make the buckets themselves last longer, because if it's going to be all wood, then that means it's going to be a very mop-heavy level, in contrast with the last one. So, it's already going to be doing pretty well in terms of toughness. We just need to make sure we can keep going. Okay, this will be way easier with a light. I don't know if you can hear all the sports cheering downstairs. I really like doing Crime Scene Cleaner, not just because it's, like, by nature chill and relaxing, but because I also don't need to edit that much. It's pretty much an automated process. It'll take me, like, you know, an hour and a half, 2 hours to clean a scene, and then, like, half an hour to just go through and make sure everything's cut down properly. And look at this. I mean, I'm not one to use the in-game Walkman, but we can... in this case, this guy had a good choice of music, so we can just kind of have fun with that. I have had copyright issues with this game once or twice, but it's generally not a problem. What is a problem is getting this chair cleaned. It's behaving really annoyingly, and all the pieces are clipping into each other. Come on, get out. There we go. Come on. I can't actually, like, manipulate you properly. So turning you around isn't working. Let's lean you up if we can. There we are. Now as for you. That there. And that there. And that... Nope, come on. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why is this chair so annoying? Thank you. Start picking stuff up. That's right, into the paper shredder. This thing is so amusing just for the absurdity of what you can put in. Like, I know it's introduced in a level with lots and lots of papers on the floor, but this is ridiculous. I'm gonna leave this place even more spotless than it was before the crime, I swear. Wait, do you count? Or are you still considered dirty? That looks like maybe a blood stain. There we go. That's the kind of thing that would really screw you up in True Cleaner, and at some point I'm gonna try it. I really want to try True Cleaner because that's the one that takes away the biggest aspect of this game. That being just telling you how much of a good job you've done cleaning the scene. So in this case, persistence will always result in 100%. But what if that weren't the case? Also gotta know what's over here at the table. Welcome to our facility, Dr. West. As with all Community's endeavors, there's more here than meets the eye. Put your favorite book on the shelf to discover our best-kept secret.
Find the book. Put it back. Discover the secret.
Got it. I knew there'd be something behind one of these. But it's not my job right now. Right now, all I care about is cleaning up this mess. These cushions are going to be the death of me, I swear. I'm glad this is a game where the physics allow you to use your own body to block something. Oh, we should put the sponges in the bucket. There we go. That'll make this way easier. The sponges lack somewhat in surface area, but they definitely make up for it in sheer strength. Not to mention the fact that we're literally punching the blood away. I was so happy when a bunch of you made punching the dirt away jokes in the new season of Voices of the Void when I was cleaning the window. That's what this game really needs, or that's what that game really needs. More mechanics like this. The base would be cleaned in no time. How cool would it be if there was a crime scene cleaner, like, map that took place in the Voices of the Void base? I would pay for a DLC that's just that, and it would be worth it because it would take a while. I feel like there should still be some more blood here, but I don't know. Anyway, it's up to you guys. Should we be shredding these documents? Kind of feels like it's things you don't want to get out, but then again... Look, let's be real. My services here are non-essential. It's literally just because you don't want to do it. Because nobody's going to be finding this anytime soon. Well, not unless whatever he did here is soon to be everyone's problem. I can read this one. Pod malfunction, safety protocol violated. That doesn't sound good. Put you there. Otherwise, there's still 5 pieces of furniture that need to be returned. Make that 4. Ooh, looks like this guy needed a little bit of a productivity boost. That's right, we should keep looking around for more stealables. 10,000's not a bad payday, but we can always do better. Okay, color me curious about that. Let's get up here. Man, they did a number. A real struggle, but it looks like the attacker managed to get away. Look at me making an even bigger mess of the place. Maybe I should pick up the garbage first. I mean, hey, in the event this thing fills up, like right now, there's always a quick and easy way to toss it over, unless it does that. The soundtrack really is one of the underrated high points of this game. Like, I've discovered so many artists through this thing, it's unbelievable. And there's just so many different types, so many different genres here that, like, you really will, just through playing this game, find something for everything. Okay, we're not even trying to hide this anymore. Thank you, and thank you. I would love to know where we put this stuff back on the shelf. There's going to be an empty slot somewhere. What am I doing? This mop is not clean. Or rather, this mop is not primed.
With all that blood, I'd say someone's head was smashed into the railing.
Well, that's not fair. Some of it was also smashed on the ground when he was thrown over. Yeah, on these finer points, blood is always a lot more stubborn. Gotta find the right spot where it's gonna allow me to do this. There we go. There's still 3% blood somewhere, which is quite annoying. There goes Mr. Isopod. Perfect. Only 2 more pieces then. Only 2 more pieces missing. I'm looking at all these potentially empty slots. You come with me. We're really gonna have to go over this with a fine-tooth comb. Well, this certainly looks suspicious, doesn't it?
It's like they say, a good book can take you places.
Plenty of places. I forgot that I can bump into bodies.
He looks like Dr. West's twin brother. What is going on here?
I think you already know what's going on here, and you just don't want to acknowledge it. Can't go to -1. But we can go to 0, and to 1 just above this. On the other side, and perfect. Which means that that lift is temporary dead body storage. Okay, no, come on. We have to prank the police. We have to just leave this somewhere, because look, it doesn't actually matter if they find this guy, right? It doesn't matter if they know he's dead, because they wouldn't tie him back to here. But if you come across a field with an entire group of the same dead body, 13 possibly in total, that's 100% getting a Netflix special. Anyway, we've still got some blood to clean. Maybe you were injured in the scuffle and managed to make your way over to here before succumbing. Actually, there's another side to this to consider. It was able to get through here, unless it was just taking the elevator down. I wonder if they also had his memories. If they could exploit all of his weaknesses and insecurities against him. Anyway, this porous concrete is proving a bit annoying. Can we close this door? Can we close this door? Oh, this may be an oversight. If we can't, if we have to do it from elsewhere. That is so stupid. Unless, can we do it through here? Okay, we can. Never mind. Never mind. Yep, just punch right through the grate. No worry about it. Let's use our other sponges so that we get the detergent effects. Yeah, this is actually a pretty winning combination, if you ask me. It's saying we've gotten rid of all the blood, but that's so obviously not true. And sometimes this game gets a little bit glitchy with the thresholds of what actually counts as an area. Oop. Still, it does seem like we've done all right here. All we need to do is put some furniture back and send away the garbage bag, which can be safely stowed here. In an emergency, take action. In case of severe breach of the protocol, start the cleaning procedure immediately. Activate every SCP-055 microchip in the area. Close all the doors. Alert the nearest community unit.
That doesn't sound like cleaning, if you ask me.
Right, because SCP is essentially public domain, sorta, kinda, some would argue not. I do wonder if all that stuff was eventually resolved. I mean, there's new SCP stuff being made, so presumably it was, but I actually have not kept up to date on that. I know a while back there was somebody who was trying to claim ownership of, like, the SCP, like, I don't know if it was just the logo or if it was the brand as a whole. But either way, this stuff is coming with me the moment I figure out where we're going. We need to figure out what goes back where. Ah, look at you. There's somebody hanging from the chandelier. And I know where it goes. It's another one. Oh, and the last one is probably the one right there on the desk. I just assumed you were musing over it. But alright, we can get that right back where it belongs. Probably parts from lots of animals here in order to study their genetics, right? Let's see what's on floor 2. Oh boy, it's the Hive from Resident Evil 2. Okay, let's bring our stuff slowly forward, little by little. You know what? Doesn't even matter now.
Warning. Initiating the decontamination procedure.
There's not going to be a laser grid, is there? Oh no, you're getting my bucket wet. You're not supposed to do that.
Welcome to a place of torment. Whoever you are, I'm glad you're here. We desperately need a witness.
A witness? To what?
This might be the first time we've ever actually interacted with somebody else, even indirectly, during a level. This is so vastly different than anything we've seen in this game thus far. I mean, we've seen some shenanigans, but they've kept it fairly grounded up until this point. And then again, never say no to free content, right? And you can't deny it's cool.
Is that what killed all of them? A deadly chip attached to their hearts?
They were so close to their little rebellion succeeding. It was mistake. Yes. Was mistake. Much sorry. What did I do with that bucket? That's right there. Will this show up under UV, whatever this is? It will. Well, let's get started. They don't seem to mind my presence, which means this isn't a retreat and wait for the scene to be secured deal. Only problem, this really should have been secured before I arrived. I mean, I'm not a mafioso, even if Kowalski has maybe started to fancy himself one.
Man, this whole task is a slippery slope.
It's a slippery something. I've yet to identify what exactly. But at least this whole facility is made of something that looks exceptionally easy to clean up, and it feels easy to clean as well. So that's useful. Oh, more garbage. Start picking that stuff up. Yep. Well, I just got a new ick that I never realized could be a thing. Putting medical waste through a paper shredder. Why is that so just viscerally skin-crawly to me? I mean, it's not the most unfitting thing we've put in here, but it's definitely the most nasty. What's down here? Here. We've got more water. Independent water supply and use in accordance with water conservation measures. Well, it's a good thing they're an environmentally conscious cult. Well, I say cult. Let's get rid of all this. I'm just not sure what my next move is. Probably this. Fuse status. 4 things deactivated. Oh, I see. I see.
A fuse. Looks useful.
Kaboom.
Here's what you need to know. Dr. West only tried to fix humankind. And with Community's financial support, access to stem cells and a fresh supply of organs, he came very close to achieving his goal.
Fresh supply of organs. Is there an app for that?
Joking even in the face of this. I'm just saying, in this kind of situation, I'd be very worried about being seen as outliving my usefulness once this mess is cleaned up. So he had access to plenty of organs. He also could have hit me up for that. There is actually a market for anybody willing to take bodies off of people's hands in this city. That much is sure. That's all for here. You know, a big part of Viscera cleanup detail was always, like, the inherent humor of it, because, you know, everybody always jokes, like, imagine the guy who's gonna clean this up in, like, all the sci-fi and horror movies. And we actually got to be that guy. But here, the outlandish nature of it compared to every other mission in the game actually makes this a whole lot funnier than it otherwise would be. Oh, wow. Endurance testing. I guess somebody made it 7 minutes and 40 seconds. I was honestly expecting to see a headless corpse in there. But, okay, I'm not ready for that just yet. It's important to take things piece by piece. lest you feel overwhelmed by the enormity of the job. Still so much more broken glass everywhere. And there's handprints all over everything. They may have been clones, but I don't know if there's any evidence that they had superpowers or anything like that. They were just living beings that wanted to live literally every bit as much as their creator. I can't seem to open this. But now I can.
Easy peasy.
No. These hearts count as garbage? That's a very large heart. They must have been very brave or full of pancake batter. Either way, we've got to put it through the paper shredder. Okay, there we go. Just shove them in 2 hearts at a time. There's dehumanization and then there's whatever this is. If anything, I'd like to rehumanize them. What are their names? Like, never before have I felt so much like I should be spreading the news of what happened at a scene, even at my own expense. And besides, I could probably win some sort of science prize if I were to share these findings, right? Like, in the absence of the doctor himself. There's not even anybody around to be mad about it, well, except for maybe Communiti, who probably desperately wants this. You know what? You're right. Bad idea. And hey, I guess they are paying handsomely for this. I would be pretty happy if I made 10 grand in a night. Nothing in here. Plenty over here. Oh, come on. You broke stuff with that? It definitely does remind me quite a bit of the first Resident Evil movie.
First things first. Gotta scrub, scrub, scrub.
Okay, there. Scrub, scrub. Nope. Put it back. There we go. And we have worked our way through half the blood. Got through half of it.
Shit.
Ah, come on. There we go.
I'm in.
Now we have reason to get in here. Actually, I suppose it's a bit of a happy accident. Thank you very much. Why that was needed there, I have no idea. Hey there.
He was so desperate to get the chip out that he forgot to stop the bleeding.
I don't know if forgot is the right word. Stopping bleeding on a ripped open heart is probably not an easy thing to do. Anyway, there you go. This one feels bad. Oh. Okay, we need to see about doing this, which that fuse seems to have enabled. Thanks you very much. Let's just make sure this place is in tip-top shape. We're really gonna have to look at all the little details. Wow. That doesn't look healthy.
Dr. Jonah West, quick organ farm update. We were trying to grow a bunch of kidneys, but got kidney-shaped hearts with eyeballs. This is beyond useless. Maybe the community should just put us out of our misery.
Be careful what you wish for.
Even still, it seems like you put yourself out of your own misery. Unless they actually did have the ability to control the results of all this. In any case, we've got to make sure we look in every little spot, because when you're dealing with items of a nature like this, well, it tends to leave a bit of a mess. Okay. Oh my god. Here. I'm doing this solely because it's funnier to literally power wash you out of that drawer. There's this stuff. You know, I always talk in these videos about how a big part of cleaning stuff like this comes down to kind of managing your own boredom, of making sure that you're just mentally in it to win it. And I really want to, like, it always makes me think of a certain moment when my brain was just completely and thoroughly drained. And this is a real-life scenario, not related to cleaning, but relating to just kind of the experience of being awake. Now, I have spoken many times on the channel about how this whole job leaves me constantly exhausted and falling asleep at weird times and all that stuff. It just comes with the territory. And I remember years ago, before the channel was really a thing, I was up really, really late doing who knows what, and I was trying to see like how long I could take it, but it was very clear that I was reaching the end of my rope. And so I was just kind of like on autopilot at that point. Ooh, goodies. But anyway, by like 7 a.m., barely conscious, even more disoriented because the sun is starting to rise, so the sun is just sort of like peeking through a little crack in the window right above my desk and going right onto my eyes. And so I was sort of irritated and definitely ready to just pass out, and so on full autopilot, I just go over to the Google homepage. You know when you just start like randomly typing a single letter into your search bar and just whatever comes up you choose from that list? Well, I did that, and I ended up on the Google homepage, and I just stared at it for a long time. No particular destination in mind. And I just typed in the first thing that came to my head. Hugh Neutron. The dad from Jimmy Neutron. And I set it to images. Okay, now I have lots and lots of pictures of Hugh Neutron. Science bless us, technology gracing the world. We have as many pictures of Hugh Neutron as we could ever ask for. So I make a folder. And I right-click the first one and save. And I right-click the second one and save. And anyway, I do this for about an hour or two until I have the Jimmy Neutron, or the Hugh Neutron folder, which I still have to this day. There's not a moral to this story. I'm just saying that a bored but determined mind can do so many things. It's a mindset I almost can't comprehend now because I'm always so busy. I have such little free time. Like, it's actually astonishing to me. Actually, lots of things are astonishing to me. Let's get you.
Guy hiding here or just living his best life?
Why not both? Anyway, you're going in the airlock. This is all going to make this annoying unless we can find another elevator. Otherwise, we're just going to have to move you through little by little. There we go. You know, with the pink over this design, for a second, I had the Vegas flashbacks to the pink sun from the Pink Black maps. I couldn't tell if there was actually some more of this on the floor or if it was just a reflection or from the particles. By the way, let's bring it up. Oh. You know things aren't good when there's a medical setting that is also high security. Still, I mean, the work they're doing could potentially do some good to the world. I really wonder, was this whole cloning thing just a means to get unethically sourced, but certainly useful organs? This actually is very much like Viscera cleanup detail in its presentation. The sci-fi setting, the over-the-top gore, and the fact that we have to stack barrels in a certain area. How are we doing on the blood? 97% it says. We're very close. There we go. Well, I disagree, because look at this.
A key? Where am I supposed to find a key in this mess?
That is a very good question, and it's ours to answer, unfortunately. Yeah, just shred a brick. Just put it right on through. I'm sure it'll have no negative effects on the device whatsoever. A bed. Spine and parts of brain, TBD. No, I think you mean to say NBD, no big deal? Adam. Just a rib. Useful. I see what you did there. Ben. Liver, 1 kidney, TBD. Craig. Brain, heart, lungs. Dan. Both kidneys, lungs, bone marrow. Useless. Jeff. Pancreas, eyes, skin, TBD. Pierce. Brain, liver, both kidneys, useless. Troy. 1 kidney, bone marrow. Useful.
They treated these people like sacks of spare parts.
So not all of this comes from clones. We can't open that, but hey, I wonder, would these clones share fingerprints? Looks like you tunneled in from above, but we can't follow. Great boxes. These things are always the most annoying to clean up by far. Well, let's break all this down then. We are honor-bound to do so. Let's just be very careful we don't end up breaking these other boxes in the meantime. And make sure we keep these garbage bags where we can very easily find them.
Barrels explode. It's a well-known fact, so I have to be careful.
Funny enough, these don't actually look like the explodey kind, but they are labeled as such. So you're right, let's be careful. I don't think anything in these missions has actually been able to kill you. Not even falling into a grinder or a high fall. But once more, this map seems to be changing up a lot of things. These boxes are the #1 cause of extra garbage bags, which is not in line with the community's goals environmentally. There we are. New question. Where are we putting the rest of these things? I found space for some of them right there. There should be some markings on the ground elsewhere. Such as over here. Actually, there's labels on the walls, too. So that's good to know. Are there any others around? There's another elevator. Power core. Potentially useful.
Dead battery. I need to bring it back to life.
Okay, so if I can find somewhere to charge that, we can maybe discover some secrets. Combine. And toss over here. And toss over here. Yeah, I feel like there's got to be something I'm missing. What happened to you? I turned my back for 2 seconds. Clones can't become ghosts, can they? Oh, look at this. That is a real funny scale you've got there. It's also a real funny model you've got, but I guess it has to represent your local population. It also indicates how you feel while answering.
Dr. Xander West, pain test number 74. I will begin with the electric chair, but convince the subject that he is just a character in a video game, and his pain is not real. Then I'm going to sing him a selected lullaby from our Certified Lullabies playlist, and see if he's able to calm down and fall asleep faster than in the previous tests.
Pure insanity on so many levels.
And quite genuinely disturbing. Thankfully, there's no more pain to be felt. Okay, you won't let me through while holding that. Here's another fuse, provided we can get this thing open. Okay, there must be something we can do about that. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do for you.
At least he's not suffering anymore.
And sometimes that really is the best thing you can say about a given situation. Especially in this line of work. Okay, over here you go. It may turn out that bringing you to the other elevator is a better option, but for now, this is the best we've got. As for us, we've got work to do. Oh, come on. Actually, this would be a good spot for this thing. A very good spot. Not too far from a faucet either. So not only a good spot, a necessary spot. This has got to be some of the most satisfying cleaning we've ever had in this game. Widespread, but on a perfectly compatible surface. And just the right tool for the job. See, now, Voices of the Void glass does not get cleaned this quickly. Not by a long shot. Actually, I think I'd rather turn this off right now, because I can see just fine with the flashlight, and I'd rather keep the texture. Right, that's enough from you. Mop will take it from here. No, no, it won't. Alright, let's get ourselves cleaned up then. What did I even do with these things? Oh, right, this was from back in the good old days when I thought I would be spending a lot of time here. This makes such a goofy sound when it's being refilled. But I guess it works for the sci-fi setting. Anyway, pressed back into service. Wow, that part really does not want to get cleaned up. What kind of glitchiness is going on there? I guess none. These are open fuse boxes. How does one bust this open, then? Well, we can take it out into the hall to try to figure it out. We can't just glitch you in there. Nor can we just smash you open, which I didn't figure would work. Well, there must be something we can do. Tell you what. If you are indeed all clones... No, unfortunately. Alright, well, I think the next best thing is going to be to see where that elevator takes me. Very fancy. It leaves a perfect seal. Lounge.
I'm not an expert, but this has something to do with electricity.
Well, obviously, it's coily and has sci-fi aesthetics.
Makes you want to ask yourself, am I even real?
Dr. H. West. I need assistance. Chat CMT. How can we help you, Doctor? Am I a real person? Or one of them? Please rephrase your questions. Am I the original Dr. Herbert West? Or did you put artificial memories in a clone? You're the only Dr. Herbert West we work currently with. Does this answer satisfy you, Doctor? No? Glad we could help. Where's Dr. Krieger when you need him? He's dealt with this situation. That might be one of the creepiest images in the entire game, and I'm not even joking.
Looks like he was supervising the cleaner. Yet another proof that no amount of power can guarantee your safety.
Yes, blessed are the cleaners.
Luring people with job offers just to cut their hearts out? I take that personally.
Yeah, what is this, Dubai? President Studio is now hiring cleaning staff. Apply today and start working with real pros. There we go. Nope, come on. Nope, nope. It has to look like you're cradling it. It'll be funnier. That's not gonna do it. Okay. Well, look. There's a key right here for the morgue. Seems like they used all the same methods we did, right down to being able to highlight broken material.
Dr. Morgan West, the Cleaner Sense Project, Phase 1. I was told to genetically alter the cleaners we're producing and make them superior to any human and hybrid equivalents. Now they will be able to easily detect all the entropy agents in their vicinity. Our test subjects must be re-examined extensively, but I assume we are on the right track to create an entirely new species. Homo lautus.
Cleaner sense. Is it all one big joke?
It seems so. That's seriously what they were doing here. It wasn't about being able to produce donor organs from your own DNA. It wasn't about having... Well, I suppose it was about having a cheap workforce, but even still, specifically replacing me? I'm glad this went wrong. And Chat CMT sure isn't going to replace this work anytime soon. Okay, I saw a place for this, but I can't quite remember where. I'll tell you this, it can't be too far away. Come on, I definitely saw a place. Ah, yes, over here. Boom. Does that mean we can try this again now? You know, I just got me an idea. Hang on. I wonder if a jolt like that would be able to open this box. Come on, it worked last time. Alright, we'll bring this out. What if we go... Come on. Yep. There we go. Alright, now just sit tight. This won't hurt a bit. There we go! Oh, look at that! It actually energized the fuse! That's why these are here. It's a hint. This is actually how it's supposed to be done.
Another
there we go.
fuse. I should find all of them, eventually.
One hopes, one hopes. Right now, one does. We have some choice, actually, as to the order these things are opened in. But I guess one will always lead to another. Oh no, it's not just supposed to be placed in there. Maybe... Oh no, I see. Yeah, these actually go to a specific spot. Alright, there you go then.
There were some complications, like frequent organ failures. But with every iteration, the subjects got better, physically and mentally. The last one was so smart, he quickly understood why this whole endeavor was flawed from the start.
Right. But who killed them?
Seems like the... Or at least I assumed that the West we found on the table downstairs did. Ultimately. But I have to say, first of all, I just noticed the very familiar logo of the community. But also, I think it's funny that Herbert West was the one having doubts about being the original. Since, you know, he is the original. Okay, wait. Which was the one that we opened? Well, we have access to the morgue.
Dr. David West, transplants update. Both assistants and inmates are expiring quicker with each iteration. We don't have enough donors. And to make matters worse, pig transplants are a no-go. They just fail every single time. I thought the injections would help, but maybe we should try to clone donors just for spares. Maybe making a human-pig hybrid is the best solution.
Just listening to this makes me want to expire.
Yeah, I don't feel well to begin with. I can't look at a pig baby.
Needless to say, Doc was a huge fan of injections.
Alright, let's lift
They
you
run
out of
out
here.
Spare parts for this one?
Either they ran out of spare parts for him, or he was the spare parts. Either way, it seems like all of my theories are coming true in some form or another. Wow, we are clown-carring it in here now. To the point where we're actually, what's even, whoa. What is even happening? Alright, well, if we can get this far, we may as well move you back. Since we're apparently pushing you through solid glass. Maybe I should start bringing them down. What is that, 4 additional bodies? Oh, it doesn't matter. We're about halfway through. This is actually proving a lot easier to clean than the last one, just because the surfaces are so much more conducive to this type of work. Having to clean a morgue shows a lot of improper care on their part as well. Are you sure this was a master race of cleaners? Because they certainly don't live up to me, and I really hope they don't watch me and get any ideas, although I get the impression that that's what my current overseer is interested in me for. We're gonna have to make an escape from here at this rate. Alright, let's just get this thing all the way back there. Move all this. Move all this. And we're good. Alright, that's this whole area cleaned. It's coming together more than expected, although there is furniture that still needs to be placed back. I was kind of hoping that I might find some sort of fuse or fuse adjacent thing here. But more likely that'll be with whatever we opened up. You know what? Now seems like a really good time to take a short break. Bring these guys downstairs. Oh, okay. It was a one-time thing. I was really worried we would have to cycle the airlock every time. Got a bubble in my throat, making it hard to speak. Alright, load it up. You know, they may be created more or less equally, but, well, we did hear that they were getting more intelligent, and their fates certainly aren't equal, that's to be sure. Some of them got it much better than others. Let's combine those bags. And if I can find the button, get out of here. Are we going? Hello? Hello? What's... Oh my god, are you serious? Are you serious? Has it bugged to this extent? Maybe if I try moving these guys, spreading them out a bit? Is there a weight limit? This is really badly screwed up. I'm gonna be so pissed if I have to restart this. Come on. Okay, now all 3 lights are on, but I can't leave. Respawn? Okay, we can come back to here. I don't think I've ever had to use that before. This elevator does not work. Oh, come on. It's acting like the elevator is moving, but it clearly isn't. You've got to be kidding. How can it be screwed up this badly? If I restart the mission, it says, "Are you sure you want to leave? Your progress will be saved." Okay, so your progress will be saved. That was a total lie. Like, it just lied about that. Oh my god. Hey, look at this. We can actually get through to that boarded up room. There is space for it. I'm sure there's plenty to steal here as well. Perfecting humans, pros and cons. Pros, better humans equals better society. Improved relations, efficient work, faster learning, deeper understanding. Every iteration is an improved version of the predecessor. Accelerated evolution. It's a Darwinian scenario in the best possible way. Cons. Organ failures and a constant need for new organs.
Some say better is the enemy of good.
Well, in this particular instance, I say. One thing I can find here is $100, though. Man. Okay, so we're never using this elevator again because I go on the Steam forums and it seems like a lot of people are having this be broken.
Decontamination procedure.
Get through. Thank you. I'm gonna try zapping this thing. Should get us some results. I am now, after a long while, basically back to where I was. We are experiencing even more glitchiness. Please just sit in the chair. Please don't fall out of the chair. Please just, oh my god, just work. Sit there. You're more suited to this than the other thing. Giving things a jolt seems to be how we do most things. I'll take a green light as a success. Wow, this really is electrician work for dummies. Yeah, you can lock all you want, because I don't think I need you right now. Okay, well, that will have done something. Secret discovered.
What the hell is this? Were they forced to play games here?
It appears to be some kind of arcadey Doom-esque version of Minecraft. Played against himself! The fact that they actually took the time to name all of them is hilarious. Today's target, 175k. Well, I'll gladly help myself. I guess this is one way to blow off steam, and I guess any animosity that they might have towards each other? Desire to be the original? Well, let's get out of here. This was certainly a profitable endeavor. You really never know what you're going to find in this game. And there are the cells up there. I wonder if we'll have to access that. Actually, yeah, no, that's probably what that elevator in the back leads to. I'm just kind of piling everybody up in the main atrium right now because I'm afraid to put them on the elevator. I saw on the Steam forums that there's something else we may be able to use further down the line. Otherwise, this would be completely unplayable. You're still not working. We need more fuses. So let's get up there and see what we can do. This is the only time I have ever had to fully restart a level. I guess let's get started. We're gonna need to find a spot for our buckets. This place is such a mess, it makes it hard to see how much of a mess is left. Although I will say, that little sound that indicates a prop is finished being clean is mighty satisfying. So you're the ones who developed the cleaner sense. Is it possible that my memories of my daughter are actually false? That, in reality, I'm just another escaped clone?
Cleaning comes before fixing.
You know, I'm starting to think you might be right to wonder if you're actually real.
First things first, gotta scrub, scrub, scrub.
Scrub what? I can't see any Hang on. Get rid of it all. According to this, there's still 2% blood remaining, and there it is. Still some furniture to fix as well. There, it's like there wasn't a nightmarish face staring back at me when I arrived. But what's the last thing? You there. Chair isn't exactly in place. We'll definitely peg this instantly as a murder scene. Were you overseeing a cleaner sense obstacle course? A cleaner sense obstacle course which we will no doubt have to run if we're to get through this, although there are incentives and otherwise simply bizarre stuff to get through. We'll have to go through it to make our way around, which I guess we might as well. Is there any place we can find a bucket or something here? That door is locked. And this one takes us to here, to the prison block. Oh, I see. You tunneled down into the vent from there. And you've got a fuse with you. We'll have to figure out how to get in. God. You can't fool me. I know you're not C. Thomas Howell. You go right there. Yeah, like that. Copy of a copy of a copy. Heart, rip my chest open, freedom. It's not a dream, never-ending nightmare. The heart is key to eternal freedom. I understand. Prison. They let them keep it as their own space, but it was still nevertheless very clear. Robots will replace you. It's really funny that Chet CMT is a thing on this map. Did I say funny? I meant appropriate. Now I understand. The heart is the key to eternal freedom. They keep messing with our heads to keep us calm and collected. They hurt us in every possible way, and we must believe it's all for the greater good. I used to think it was just some kind of never-ending nightmare. But it's not a dream, even though none of this is real. Maybe there is a real world somewhere, full of real people, not copies of a copy of a copy. They won't let us see it anyway. We can't even talk or think about it. We live in cages, but they've also put smaller cages inside our brains and hearts. We're born so someone else can prove a point to someone else. To be free, we must start with ourselves. Today, I will rip my chest open and break my heart out of its prison. I hope all my brothers will follow.
Well, he wasn't wrong.
I have right or not. Even in such a harsh change of tone as this, it still actually explores it from a somewhat serious angle. This is a horror story, it's not a joke to them, and I'm glad it's portraying that. Path to wisdom. What is that under your pillow? It all comes down to cats, doesn't it? It always does. Is there anything I need to procure from here? No, but some of the other cells are a bit of a mess. This level is absolutely insane.
One more to go.
Okay, we found another fuse. Opening things up always leaves us with more options than not doing so.
Dr. Herbert West, update on our titanium super soldier. Endurance tests went really well, but the subject has one serious flaw. He's too soft at heart. We showed him the photo of the little bunny eating a strawberry, and he basically started weeping. Maybe implanting those fake memories wasn't such a good idea. Unless something changes, he's going to be absolutely useless in combat. We can't afford another failure.
From what I see, failure is your middle name.
Are we really doing Blade Runner at the same time as all this? I mean, really? I'm not quite sure. Oh, I see. Well, it's not performing the best, but we can unbridge that gap. I don't know why we'd want to do that, though. Especially since we can't open this. Human organs. Human organs. Okay, well, you're coming with me, Fuse. Take care of you first. Unfortunately, there's a glass window there, so we can't mark this thing. What am I hearing? What's glitching out right now? Is it the elevator? I wouldn't be surprised if it's the elevator. This guy was planning to be the strongest. Each one certainly had an identity of their own. Ooh, look at that. There's a window, but not really a window in the back of the cell. Just concrete vents, really. This one essentially just gave up, waited for it to be over.
Didn't even leave his cell. Like he was okay with dying.
Yep. And straight down. You guys don't leave bloodstains, so I'm good with this. Oh man, I need to find a place to wet my stuff. Okay, that's all we're gonna get from this. What about the rest of this place? Oh. The titanium soldier.
The ultimate tool for redemption.
Shawshank Redemption. No, but seriously, your joke was way better and more subtle. So that's why we have to grind these things away. That's why we found them on the floor downstairs. Came from the vent. Okay, well, this is something we can take care of in the moment. No, we can't. Up and over. Okay, that actually worked for once. Yes, this is how we deal with this. Oh, we could remove an entire building this way. We're an actual menace. That is... Oh no. That is awful. I can't wait to be back with my family. I dream about them every single night. My cellmate told me we shouldn't trust our dreams or our memories. But what else do we have? These bars, the daily torment of endless tests. No, that can't be all there is.
Tragedy of artificial life.
Tragedy is right. Is this going to end with us breaking out Chat CMT? Well, anyway.
What was he trying to do? Warn his cellmate? Escape?
I don't know, but it all happened at once. He's even got different sounds for falling. Okay, we can't move this stuff, and we don't need to. I don't feel like breaking it up. But we need to bring some usables up here. Meanwhile... Look at this. I'm guessing this won't open until we either find a panel to do it from, or get all 4 fuses. And we know where the last one is. So let's get to it. Which one are you? This guy.
Before it all came crashing down, there was a pod malfunction and one of the clones got out. He attacked Dr. West. During the attack, Dr. West activated the cleaning procedure. The chips implanted directly into our hearts started exploding, one after another.
It's all really dystopian, if you ask me.
Also, this guy really does have a video game antagonist problem where he only speaks in bits at a time, activated by triggers. He needs to wait for the next trigger to start another sentence. But how many do we have here? 1, 2, 3. I do like that each of these clones, a perfect opportunity to only make one model, is actually distinct. So that's what was making that sound. This guy's still grooving, and you're not even the music one. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7 of them. 2 more downstairs, so there's still 4 bodies to be discovered. Okay, at the risk of things bugging out, let's try this. Oh, high risk of things bugging out. Hey, look at that! It actually counts as disposal! Where they end up, who knows, but hey, at least with this, we don't have to do it that way. Which, honestly, as cool of an alternative as this is, it kind of feels like an admission that the elevator is totally broken, so I would have liked a warning. I'm still really annoyed about that, especially knowing that we still have so much to do here. But I always enjoyed this in Viscera cleanup detail as well. There were certain times where you had other ways to dispose of the bodies. And that was a game where the standard was wood chippers. I've still got to come back to that game at some point. You almost seemed like you were starting to resist me in that moment. But everyone's resistance has a limit. I am the ferryman, one by one, back and forth. And when one disappears to who knows where, some of them fighting their descent, I simply turn around and pick up another one. Unless this thing comes down directly onto the thing downstairs. I mean, I guess in the worst case, even if the elevator doesn't work again, I can always just respawn and it'll take me down there. I think I have had to respawn, like, once, but this is the only time I've ever been, like, truly soft-locked, like, unable to complete a level. Being a gentle soul, and the occupant of this one being an artist at heart, I wonder if maybe you had some kind of kinship in that. Okay, I was really worried this was going to be seen as garbage. Alright, you wait here. Seems like a pretty good spot, actually, for this. You tried to use some of your strength to get out. Ultimately, you succeeded, but it was all for naught. Oh, look at that. It actually put out the candle. And it feels like my candle has been put out a little bit in doing this horrid work. Hang on, I could use one of these guys. Anything on the ceiling? Doesn't seem so. You may have titanium skin, but you still bleed blood. Memories of a person you yourself have never actually met. Funnily enough, the person who actually would have been going back to them, I feel nothing for it all. Hello, you had a stash. He would want me to have it. Let's go. Hang on. Hang on. Now for this spot. I don't think it'll be all that hard. It's a pain anytime you're dealing with what's up here in stone. But the sponges are best for it. It actually works surprisingly quickly. And we do have some surface area upgrades. Wow, what a mess this is. I mean, it seems like it's confined to a small area, but you can absolutely saturate that small area, can't you? Just think, this was their whole world, their whole struggle. They spent their entire lives here, they wondered if there was anything beyond it. And now somebody from the outside just comes by and wipes it all up, and nobody will ever know their story. Even the community won't know it as deeply as I came to, and even I only came here secondhand. Great. But that should be everything. There's just one piece of furniture that's apparently missing. What is that piece of furniture? Provided I can find it. It could be pretty much anywhere. It actually... we could destroy the artwork. I don't want to, but we can. Now the question is, how are we getting into there? The answer is through here. Alright, Katana, do your thing once more. Oh, he appears to have been selling reproductions, so I guess that's fine. I guess that lowers the value a little bit. Smash on through. Use your katana as a chopping tool. A blunt chopping tool. And keep throwing this stuff over the edge. Remind that cardboard cutout what could happen to it if it speaks out of line. Yep. Do they combine with each other on the ground? Not quite. Although dropping something in the middle may achieve the result of combining all of them. And let's bring out the lead pipe for this, just for funsies. We're getting Taco Bell, apparently. Off you go. Oh, straight down into here. We could crawl through there ourselves from this angle.
It's the last one.
It's the last one, but it's not our last hurrah, because we still have a lot of work to do. There we go. I love how you tend to just go straight for the corner like that. Let's see what's down here. Bit of a superstitious one, were you? Ooh. Is that a double helix that you're trying to represent? My legs went numb. We can come out back here. You know what? I guess there's no real downside to it. It's just a way to more quickly get around. Yep. I mean, worst case, you just gotta grab a couple of garbage bags, which I'm pretty sure we can probably dismantle in this way, right? If we put that there, will that work? Yeah, sure it will. So once more, that makes things quite a bit easier. That's all four. We can actually open these. This one was an actor.
Choked to death by the slime. Sounds like a 80s movie.
Sounds like you're thinking of a specific 80s movie, but I certainly haven't heard of it. Although, thank you for reminding me of that guy who got melted by the chemicals in RoboCop. Straight from one tube into another. And there are others. It seems like that's all. I'm actually wondering, could there maybe be things for us inside some of these? I mean, if we are actually able to open them all. This is probably the pod that had the accident.
Were they grown inside these tubes?
Seems quite likely, but there's still 2 bodies missing. This can go right here beside the door to the course. Those cutouts scare me every time. But now we've got to find something else, because we could go the other way in these vents. Yep. No, we can't, actually. But look, if we get to this side, we can come down this way. Oh, we could always spill more buckets from here. But I wonder, is there anything else we should know about? Oh no, the bear was supposed to go here! Are you... Oh, my god. I'm actually curious. So the elevator is working now. Does it actually deposit them down there, or does it just, like, incinerate them? It stacks them up. It does stack them in here, but that just might be, like, the game's way of doing things. Oh, no. Yeah, look. So where's the bear, then? Look at that. It shot all the way over to here. That was quite a physics reaction. This is kind of neat, though. Like, seriously, problems with that elevator aside, this is a really cool map. And, you know, it starts off almost seeming like more of a joke than the others, which it sort of is. It's a major mood whiplash. But I like that it actually sort of explores the sci-fi ramifications of it in a tongue-in-cheek way, but while still acknowledging the horror of this in a more personal way than even some dedicated movies about these topics. Nope. Okay, we're gonna have to go back for that later. Game may consider this area cleaned, but I sure don't. I'm wondering if the problem with the elevator wasn't caused by just putting too much on it. Like, I don't know, maybe the engine just sees it as being weighed down and unable to do anything. Either way, we'll be returning this one from the grave, repatriating it. Yep. Not quite. A memorial in an iron tomb for a delicate soul with a rigid skin. Like, they told a lot of story there without words. Or with very few words, rather, and with no actual character interaction. I know I have another bucket up here somewhere. There it is.
Did I accidentally walk onto the Truman Show set?
Wow, you're just saying it now.
Let's put your cleaning skills to the test. You can't leave until this whole place is spotless.
You must be kidding.
Yeah, see, here's the problem. You left my buckets out there, so I can't do this as efficiently as I would like. I mean, I guess I could get the... Do I have any buckets in my inventory? I don't think I do. I don't. So I can't even use this thing here. I could move this out.
Won't move like this.
No, because it's blocked by these things that are glitching through it. Okay, let's remove the garbage. I'm seeing about a dozen potential soft blocks here. Oh no. Man, I'm failing at this course big time. All of this was to replace me. I mean, they were worried about being replaced, and they were my replacement. It's just a never-ending chain. That's the problem with technological development. That's why we should just stop developing technology altogether. We should all just go live in Amish communities. Do we need to return these items? It sort of seems so. Are they part of this chair? Alright, we don't have a lot of options right now, but if I finish all of my chores and you finish thine, then tonight we're gonna party like it's $16.99. Let's go. I am so annoyed not having any way to actually clean this. Like, there's no way. Also, that is a genuine corpse. It is not the stuff they probably intended this place to be populated with. Or it was. What am I even talking about? Of course it was. Of course it was. And I understand the purpose of all this now. It was for exactly the crime scene cleaner scenario. There's a lot of big gyms in this world, and they all need jobs done. There's wads of cash in there.
That's one way to launder money.
Oh, you made the joke before I could. That's why we love you, Kowalski. That's why you're a co-commentator. And you're not a pushy co-commentator that always talks over me. You're the kind that just sort of gets the jokes that I would sometimes miss. Well, that's it. We cannot clean anything more.
Cleaning tests, people dying. For what? Put guys like me out of a job.
Yeah, there's a real lack of thought in the design here. Can I... Oh, I can up and over. I can do that. All right.
What do you think you're doing? Did I say you could do action?
I wasn't waiting for your opinion, lady. Can I go back in? Thank you very much. Now we can continue this on my terms. Well, at least there was thought put into this. But the door is not going to close on its own now. This could totally be like a challenge map. Okay, now let's put our real cleaning skills to the test. That was the kid stuff. Now we're going to go into the big leagues. And these sponges, they really do make it feel like major league cleaning. The skin really is the gift that keeps on giving. This music choice is pretty nice too. It sounds like a video ushering in the future, talking about some new technology. Of course, we know how that goes. Terminator, Jurassic Park, Grok. Okay, otherwise, this room is not looking half bad right now. The problem is finding places to put all this stuff. It always is. We found a murder weapon. Are you considered... You're dirty. There we go. And there's still so much more to be done. Well, actually, according to this, we've got most of the blood. So that's not bad. This place is spotless. And in real life, if you could clean a murder scene this quickly and efficiently, you would get serious praise for that. Okay, take it one area at a time. Don't try to show off. Just do what's needed when's needed. And you go where exactly? Over in that corner. Okay, I guess you're not for that. You are. And you. And you. And you. And you. I'm like the maid from the Brady Bunch, who this joke would be funnier if I could remember her name. There. And the last one. Far be it from me to think a pillow should go on a bed. Wow, somebody was trying to kick indoors and just didn't quite have the right idea. Exist to be happy, not to impress. You know, that should be the motto of this course. No wonder somebody knocked it off the ball. Alright. Oh, this is just a good piece of life advice. If you're ever in an emergency situation, you should put your hand to the door to feel if there's blood on the other side. I think I just knocked over the lamp through the door. The reach of these mops, the upgraded mops, is absolutely incredible. Take all this down. And a tiled room, good as new. You know, I always make this observation that whenever there's a movie...
The test has been successfully completed. Thank you for your time and cooperation.
Whenever there's a movie about a certain topic, it always takes place, especially in the 90s, in a world that is only defined by that topic. Like in Backdraft, how it's like a world that seems to entirely define itself by fires. Ditto Twister, and, well, just about any movie of the time. Anyway, that's everything. Does this mean we can go now? Well, there's still trash. And a corpse, right, I forgot about the corpse. You should never forget about the corpse. No, we still can't, We still can't. Alright, we may have to do some kitty cat maneuvers. 1 second. Also, oh no, we can't use the computer. Okay, come on, nope. I know we can do it this way. It's kitty cat hours, and nothing's going to take this away from me, but it's pushing me off. I can go up and over, but I can't stand on the wall. Platforming has never really worked well in this game, because you're not really meant to do it. I really need to do it. There we go! Nothing can stand between me and my Benjamins. Which is what I say to myself every time I'm recording Voices of the Void. There we go. God, that never stops. Out and around. Ooh, a tape. A disc. Proceed at your own risk. Oh, it's that. It's just the community training montage song. There we go. You know, for a free DLC, it is super in-depth, but then again, I've come to expect nothing less from this developer. Alright. Guess who gets to be the next one down the body chute? Only thing is we're still missing one. Found him.
I guess our fate was sealed the day Community greenlit this project. But we were real people, not some evolutionary dead end. I don't know why the cleaning procedure didn't kill me as well. Maybe it was a chip malfunction. Maybe they planned it. I knew they would wipe my brain clean and feed it with false memories to make me the new Dr. West and start from scratch. I had to stop them the only way I could. Now it's your turn to expose them. You've got all the evidence, all the bodies. Just call the cops. The community must pay for what they did to us.
You really had no clue I'd be on their payroll.
For a second, I was wondering if we might actually have a choice. Wow, he really misjudged us. His final mistake. We really do have no shame, huh? ultimately will do anything for a paycheck. Unfortunately for him, and there's that implant. Unfortunately for him, we've already based our nightmares and decided that we are the nightmare. I see, there were models on display. If he were smart, he would have used that gun on me. It's really using this as an opportunity to hit certain story beats that they really couldn't in the course of the main game without seriously messing certain things up, but, well, now they can do whatever.
I should clean it first.
And it's kind of crazy to me that even after all this time, even after all these levels, there's still original ideas in each one. It doesn't ever just feel like more content. Coming with me.
Decided to go out on his own terms. Disheartening, to say the least.
Disbraining, to say a little more. Okay, this actually feels more like a... Or, well, this would probably be fine for the mop, but otherwise, porous materials are generally a job for the punch and sponges. Punch and Sponges definitely sounds like a band that could play bars and stuff, like a local group you've never really heard of, but everyone says it's pretty good. And now this guy's comfort music of choice gets to play us out as we finish this nightmare. Self-Love Machine by Joe Clone. I always say, and I realize this playing Remedy games, that a big part of what elevates a game, or really any piece of media, is integration with music. And this is a game that's always understood that pretty well, I think. But anyway, there's still a fair bit of blood around, apparently. Let's put these pedestals back where they belong. Oh, yeah, no, that'll do it. There we go. That's just about everything taken care of, then. Let's bring them to their final resting place. I could move on, but it feels right to see them off. Now, according to this, there's still one garbage bag somewhere. I found myself fascinated by the different poses they strike right before they're taken away. Like, even that gives them some semblance of a distinct personality right before they're gone for good. Still one garbage bag left, otherwise I think we're perfectly clean. Physically, not of the soul. There's that last bag. That'll be 100%. Although, as usual, I am going to be looking around for more secrets and Easter eggs. We found the one. Sting claims we're all good. I say nay. Okay, maybe I got all the blood here. At least I think I did. Alright, yeah, we're probably fine now. There's got to be some reason why we could pick this thing up. But I'm not seeing it. If I run over there, could I perhaps be fast? I can. Oh, please don't break on this on me as well. Hello! No, no, no. There actually is a space here. It just doesn't go all the way up to it. I need to bring something up here with me. Actually, if I were to simply use a stepladder... See? The janitor's tools are his arsenal. Look at that! That is a clever one. That's been bothering me forever. Well, we found a secret. And now we found further secrets within the secrets. Look at that! We were cloning duckies as well. This game really does have like a very infra sense of humor. Golden eggs worth $300 each. What's it doing? It's just going back down. Oh no, this only opens when it's like that. No wonder I couldn't see it before. Okay, that was really well hidden. I was so confused before about why that thing only goes upward, but I guess there's probably nothing else to see here. Oh yeah, we are loaded. We are so loaded, and that reminds me, there's so many cabinets that I still need to check around the place. Alright, let me down. You know, this is a community facility. You would think they would be pretty mad about me stealing like this, but then again, I guess they didn't really see anything. Which is good for me. How much have we actually stole? $7,900. We almost doubled our money. Let's see what this song is while we pick up our stuff. You know what's funny? This actually reminds me a lot, like a lot, of, what's that game called that I just played? Oh yeah, Easy Delivery Company. It's chill, but somewhat melancholy, and the perfect punctuation to our experiences here. Actually glad I came back, because we still had a couple of shell casings on the ground. But I think we should be more or less done now. I'd like to think we'll do the right thing, but at this point, I don't actually have much faith that Kowalski will. Of course, there's more to find. There's always more to find. And greed knows no bounds. Oh, right, there was a body in one of these cabinets earlier. There we go, rewarded once more. Hey, a ring in the morgue. Contraband, I guess, or just one of those little allowances that they take back when it's no longer needed for you. I'm very happy with the reward, but not so happy with the experience. Not even just for the personal toll, but because it just seems crazy that this happened on Earth and nobody will ever know about it. It makes you think. Let's go. It says an hour and a half, but that's not counting the time I had to spend getting back to where I was. You say deception, even though I was really just getting it ready for the owners. Now, as far as money... Oh, man, 82%. 82% of my pay just in stolen items alone. That duck really hit the spot. Look at all that. More points than I could ever spend. I'm curious about the secrets. Okay, the 2 were it. Well, we made it. And I guess we don't have to work for them anymore, but I still feel like we should maybe say something to somebody. Oh, we let them down so hard. But I wonder if Kowalski even has any doubts left in him. By the way, we've still got Dexter.
Daddy's working for a mob boss, but you're still a good boy.
And if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Meanwhile, I'm just gonna sit here under my 10 dream catchers and try to forget this happened.